I hope this finds you well. Our first online class is going to cover the basics of our next major assignment, which is the digital forum. So if you haven't yet, you should review the assignment instructions and the grading rubric, which I've posted here on Elms under this online learning digital forum module, and then come back to the video. I'm going to be highlighting some of the important points, okay? So when you go to the digital forum instructions, you'll see that this assignment, you are going to be creating a website that deepens and extends your understanding of the topic. So unless you've checked with me, you'll be researching the same topic that you did your annotated bibliography and inquiry presentation on, but you may find that you need to refine your specific research question. You can always check with me about that, okay? So you shouldn't simply be rehashing what you discussed in your other assignments. The digital forum is to help you and your audience discover even more about an issue so that when we get to the next assignment, which is the position paper, you'll be able to take an educated and sophisticated stance on your topic. There are several components to the digital forum, which you'll see here under the section Writing the Digital Forum. So the first thing is you're going to create an About page, which is similar to the introduction of a paper. So you should briefly explain the issue at hand, explicitly state your research question, argue for the exigence of the question, and outline the positions that you'll be exploring in the rest of the forum. You're going to be using at least 2 new sources on this page, either scholarly or popular, so long as they're credible. The next part of the assignment is the stakeholder pages. There's 3 of these. So in these pages, you'll be presenting the points of view of 3 stakeholders or individuals or groups affected by the issue. So it's important to note that you're not writing as though you are the stakeholders. You're not assuming their identity. Rather, you're explaining their stances on the topic. Alternatively, you can understand these pages as positions, where you describe one approach to the research question. I'm going to talk more about this in the next online class on Wednesday, but just start thinking about what groups are affected by your issue, okay? You should also note that this assignment is a forum, first and foremost, meaning that you need to put your sources in conversation with one another. So just as you did with your inquiry presentation, you're effectively showcasing a conversation surrounding an issue. Also, you're remaining objective here, so no taking sides, limit your authorial bias until the next assignment. The final part of the digital forum is the required reading page. So this is similar to the annotated bibliography. Here you're going to provide citations and links to 5 scholarly sources, and then brief descriptions of each source. You can think of this page as doing the job of, say, if a reader wants to know even more about the topic beyond what you've provided, where should they turn next? Because there is some confusion about what counts as a scholarly versus a popular source, I'll link to a video that explains the difference and put that on our Elms page, so look out for that. Because there's a lot of moving parts to this project, I've made a diagram that's been helpful for students in the past, and it sort of breaks down the expectations for each component, and I've posted this to our Elms page also. It looks like this. Okay, so the 3 different components and a breakdown of what you need to do for each one. So the digital forum is going to be hosted by Weebly. So to access this, you can go to www.weebly.com. It's a free, relatively intuitive website builder, but there is a bit of a learning curve, just a warning. So I'd recommend making an account sooner rather than later and playing around with the settings. I'm not expecting you to be master graphic designers in these 2 weeks, but because this project is unique and that it allows you to use visuals, I do want to see you being intentional about the design choices you make in terms of font and color and images and that sort of thing. As you'll see in the instructions, The first draft of this is going to be due Friday, April 10th by your regular class time. So I'm going to set it up so that you can workshop with a few of your peers. I think that's generally really helpful. And it'll be good to keep in contact with your classmates while we're all off in different places. So I'm gonna set this up in the next week or so and be in touch about how to conduct a workshop remotely. And then the final draft of that is going to be due the following Monday, that's April 13th, by midnight, okay? The whole thing is going to be about 2,000 words in total. So that's it for the instructions. As always, please contact me if you have any questions or concerns. Obviously, this isn't an ideal situation, and online learning is new to a lot of us. So we're going to be patient with each other as we iron out these kinks in the next few weeks, okay? And for today's classwork, so one thing that you'll see in the instructions when you're reading through this is that the assignment is modeled after the New York Times Room for Debate page. And this is a section of the New York Times website where every so often they'll pose some sort of question that's culturally relevant at the moment, and then they have 3 experts weigh in separate pages, okay? So I've chosen an example that looks at foreign language requirements in colleges. I think this is an interesting one. And I've posted the link and also 3 free writing questions to a discussion board on our Elms page. So you'll see that you can access it here. It's called Online Class March 30th. Okay, and when you click on it, here's the link. I'd like you to read through all of the different parts of this page carefully. So there's sort of an introduction and then the 3 perspectives. 3 students discussing their views on foreign language requirements. And then after you read through it, you should answer these 3 questions just briefly and post them to our discussion board. You should note, don't freak out if you don't see any other posts. You're not going to be able to see other students' responses until you submit your own. So just a heads up there. I'd like you to complete this by midnight tonight for credit, okay? And let me know if anything comes up. So good luck, have fun, and I'll talk to you all again virtually on Wednesday.